Before we get started with this review, I just want to point out what my library has done to this book. I don't know if you can see, but you can't see through the words here and on the back, and it's just awful because they put like this white paper inside, and now you can't see any of the cool stuff that's in there, which is awful because that's part of the beauty of this book. Hello, and I don't know why. Like, you can see it right. Oh, well, now you can't. You can see it right here. There's like this weird white paper, and it ruins everything. Guys, you ruined the book. Let's get started with our review of Gemina. The first thing I want to say is that I really enjoyed this book. One of my biggest fears was that I wouldn't enjoy it and that Illuminae was just a fluke. This level of science fiction is not always my thing. Sometimes I go into it because of the hype, and that was my fear with Illuminae. But now that I've given it some time and read Gemina on my own time, I realize that no, this series and these authors are just super amazing, and I'm super happy to find that out. One of the first things I noticed almost immediately after reading was that the main characters in this book, Hannah and Nick, I kind of like them better than Katie and Ezra. I know everyone loves Katie and Ezra, and I did too, but they're actually not my normal ideal type of romance. They were like second-time romances, and Ezra was just really beggy, which honestly was really cute, and I loved their romance, and it was special and unique, and I loved that about it. But with the last book, I just felt like the romance wasn't really my thing. Same in this book, actually. It wasn't completely my thing, but I was on board with it from the very beginning. Nick is such a flirt and so good-hearted, and even though he may not be, like, he may not tell you everything, but he's so good looking and hot, and his name, I forgot what his entire name like stood for, but it's a really nice hot name and I love it. He and Hannah were just really cute, and how their relationship grows is really nice. Oh my goodness, the plot was so good! So many people have been saying that no, the plot is terrible, it's exactly the same as Illuminae, there's nothing special about Gemina, and I started reading this and I'm like, dudes, are you cray? What the F are you talking about? The only thing they have similar is the cool writing format with all the weird different things, and even with this new book, there are new types of formats, so I don't know what your problem is, people. Also, there were so many freaking plot twists. Like, I know Illuminae had a lot, but I feel pretty confident saying that this one had even more. I probably had about 5 heart attacks once I reached or was nearing the end of the book. Things just kept happening and I didn't see them coming. I was in so much pain, and some things happen and you don't even know if they're gonna stay that way, and I'm just like, Kristoff, Kaufman, how could you? And then they switch everything on you, and they switch everything on you again, and then they do it again, and they do it so many times, and you never even know when it's gonna stop. It's like the whole roses thing that people do on Valentine's Day, or like whenever they're seriously in love when you're like a 5-year-old. The whole, she loves me not, she loves me not. And the same freaking thing happens in this book, and you never know when it's going to stop. Except of course in this book, it's like all the characters are dead. Oh wait, no, not all the characters are dead. And it's just so stressful. My heart. That's not even where my heart is. My heart is over here, but you get the point. My heart, guys, my heart. One of the things I really enjoyed about this book was that the villains have so much character, and the same goes for Illuminae with Aiden. He had a ton of character, and he was a villain, but come on, you had to love him, even if he was a creepy bastard. I feel like a lot of villains are usually just the typical, almost black and white, only have the fear-inducing inflection in their voice, pretty evil and menacing and super smart, and will almost always outsmart the hero until the very end. I feel like unless the villain is a romantic interest in some way or just part of a love triangle or whatever, he's usually not developed as much, but this book had quite a bit of villains. Here they are. Here are all the villains. And they all had character, and they all had a specific character specific to their character, and it was super great, and they just had so many inside jokes and stuff, and they were just really not cute. That's not the right word. They weren't cute. They were evil, but they were real. I was just reading and I was like, oh my goodness, you guys are real people. How cool is that? I found myself thinking once that these people would be really cool to hang out with if, you know, they weren't evil. There was actually this moment when these two evil characters had a little moment in their conversation when they alluded to a past relationship they had, and I was like, wow, Kristoff, Kaufman, you guys are amazing. Because a lot of people don't think of these, but it's like these tiny details that matter so much in the end, because I don't know why, but it's so good. It's so good. A lot of authors don't do this, and I loved it. Every single piece, every little piece of this book had significance, and I loved it. I know a lot of people may be wondering what the title Gemina actually means, but let me just tell you, it has quite a bit of significance in this book, and I won't spoil anything, but oh my goodness. The whole idea of Gemina isn't actually unoriginal, but when you put it into the context of this book, it's just so shocking and comes out of nowhere and explains so many things and doesn't explain so many things. It will just blow your mind. And we get to see the characters from the last book. Maybe not throughout the entire book because that'd be boring. And no, this is not Ezra and Katie's book. This is Hannah and Nick's book, and that's completely fine. But we see so many characters, not so many, but we see a decent amount of characters from the last book, and while they're not in a lot of it, they're super important and they're pretty big in terms of Gemina and everything, and I love it. I love it all, and reading things from their point of view, or like, you know, their transcripts or whatever, was just so good. I missed them. Like, I didn't even remember their names until reading Gemina, but I'm glad I recognized them, and it was just really nice getting to see them again. So all in all, Illuminae is getting stronger! The Illuminati are getting stronger! Wait, did I just say that? But yeah, this is definitely a 5-star read. I enjoyed every minute of it, and I'm so glad I waited until after the hype and after the book originally came out because it's so good. It's so good and I love it. And guys, you want this book. You want this book. If you liked Illuminae, it's not a fluke. You want this book. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it and subscribe to my channel for more videos. Thanks for watching!